All right, so here's the perfect example of arguing with a silly ass defender on Twitter about silly ass recolored skins that were earnable in game before they decided to remove them and put them in the damn store and charge you ridiculous ass prices for them. Now, dude, anybody who's watching this video, I'm gonna let you know right now, you don't give me money unless you decide you donating to my streams, which I do over on Twitter and sometimes here, and you don't spend your money with me or around me. So I don't care what you do with your money. I don't care how you spend your money, and I don't care who you spend your money with. But you have to agree that as long as people continue to buy, and Godslave said this himself in his video, if you continue to purchase stupid shit like this, then you are not only condoning the fact that they can continue to do this, but you are also opening yourself up to accept shit features in the game. Features that don't help the game at all. So, as I sit here and I go on here and I was like, man, look, that dude said something to Godslave and whatnot, and I say, defender alert. I guess he got what's the name? I remember him saying that he's not defending, he's not a defender, he's just saying. And I'm like, bro, okay, whatever. Because anybody who's got anything to say positive about the way that they are handling things in this game, you're a damn fool. And I'm gonna say that and leave it on that. Now, as we continue to go on down, here comes this nobody right here with 143 motherfucking followers and only following 46 people who believes that he can, has the right to speak to me, you know what I'm saying, or speak about this damn thing, on this game, period. So he goes on to say, and then keep in mind, this response right here is with me basically saying what I said at the beginning of this video. Buddy, I don't care. You should be the one to tell the guy who he's a fool for giving these incompetent ass devs his hard-earned money. But again, I say, nigga, I don't care who you give your money to, because all you're doing by giving your money to these devs who are not working the way that they're supposed to be working, you're basically condoning foolish bullshit, foolish actions being brought to this game, foolish features that are being brought to the game that are not helping it in the long run. So he goes on to say to me, who am I or anyone to judge what others do with their money? It's their money, and if they spend it on something, if they want to spend it on something, why not? I go on to say to him, I think you missed the point. Again, I don't care, but supporting the trash system doesn't help the game over time. But that's what y'all do these days. Y'all support garbage, and it's true. So he goes on to say, it's called an opinion, jackass. Seriously. Keep in mind, I didn't come to him at him with any disrespect, but when you want to come to me with disrespect, nigga, you gonna get what you give back, nigga. Yeah? Alright. So if someone likes something, then why don't they spend money on it? Motherfucker, if you didn't have to at the beginning, why should you be willing to do it later? You understand what I'm saying? So I go on, and he didn't provoke me to break out my other side. So I say, and that's fine, asshole. But if your opinion is only driving more shit features into the game, then it's a shit opinion. But I forgot you dumbasses will buy anything these days, silly ass defenders. And he goes, yeah, because better UI, more modes, more characters, more stories, more missions, more villains, raids, an improved loot system, and an improved cosmetics systems are all shit features. Guys, as long as I've been making videos for Avengers, have I not been asking for all the same shit that this dumbass is pretty much telling me that he wants to bring in the game? Have I not been lobbying for better modes, more characters, better stories, more missions, more villains? And I ain't talking about no fucking C tier villains either. I'm talking about Avenger level threats, nigga. Thanos, Doctor Doom, Fiend Fang, Foom, Celestial. Nigga, you understand what the fuck I'm saying? If this dumbass clearly wants the same thing I want for the game, why in the fuck is he talking to me? Why is he sitting up here trying to make it seem like we talking about two different things? So my last message to his ass was, let me get this straight. We both want the same thing brought to this game, but yet you're trying to argue with me about the fact that the recolors that were earnable in the game are being sold for ridiculous prices. Bro, what the fuck are we talking about again? You seem confused. He confusing me? Because if we want the same thing in this game, then what the fuck does it matter that I'm saying that a motherfucker should not be fucking willing to give these motherfuckers money for some shit that was earnable in the game at the beginning? Now, I could go ahead and tie in this video to the other video about the dev who pretty much, the lead dev of Marvel's Avengers, who's basically went on to say that, you know, the fans of the game are you know, complaining about free content and blah, blah, blah. This, no, motherfucker, I think y'all missing the point. Nobody's complaining about free content. We're complaining about the fact that the game a year later is in the state that it's in. Buggy, broken, 3 heroes, no villain sectors, no real villains, no raids, no cloning labs. Remember, those are supposed to be here. They remember weeks away. You know what I'm saying? The training room is supposed to be in game and all that shit. Well, they're using it. All you can really bring to the game is $14 MCU skins and think that deserves a pat on the back. Bruh. Stop. Okay? I'm sure he said something else that was fucking stupid. So let's go ahead and read it and check it out and see what he say. Because this is exactly why you don't argue with defenders about this game, especially on Twitter, because they don't even know what the fuck they talking about. They buy whatever the fuck they want to buy, and that's that. His retort should be something along the line of agreeing. No recolors that were earnable have gone into online marketplace. And I was talking about the free cosmetic improvements slated for winter, where they actually stated the opposite, that some skins that could only be bought with credits may soon be earnable with units. Wow. See, dude, I'm not even finna answer this dude back, because all that is right there is this nigga believing more of the bullshit that's coming out of these motherfuckers' mouths when they've been lying to us from the jump.
Online, where you can master extraordinary abilities, where you can customize a growing roster of heroes and defend the Earth from ever-escalating threats.
If one of the lead developers believes that, you know, Insomniac and Insomniac Games and whatnot could focus on one hero and make one of the best games in the world, but they can't seem to focus on 5 heroes and can make the same exact game, considering that Crystal Dynamics has never done a live service game before in their life. They're inexperienced. They don't have the skill. He believes that it was an impossible feat. This is your lead developer who's saying this shit. He believes that it was an impossible feat. Let me see if I can roll on back on over there, and so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. This guy right here, Rowan Belden Clifford. He goes on to say, game entirely focused on one single hero has more time spent on that one hero than games focused on a whole cast of heroes. Not usually one for sarcastic subtweeting, but JFC, whatever the fuck that means. This take sent me straight into the sun. It's been like this for 2.5 years. He then goes on to say, the problem with attempting to driver on the core fantasy of Avengers is that, by definition, needs to either be single game with at minimum the core 4 Avengers playable. We did 2 more just for giggles, or he goes on, it needs to be a minimum of 4 different games focusing on a single hero and then a 5th to combine them together, meaning you're still only getting 4 playable heroes at launch. Would you like an Avengers game after 3 years or after 15? Well, like that boy Sadat said, considering that they talked about this, announced this game 5 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Shit, you could have took the extra time to do what y'all needed to do. What you're saying is, nigga, basically it'd have been easy. Would it have been easier to me? It seems like he's saying it would have been easier for them to create a single player game doing this, and it would have been boring. Guardians of the Galaxy. Just keep that, let that sink in, because they're about to release another game. Square Enix is about to release another game from Marvel, and it's based around a team. And guess what? It's a single player game. Foolish, right? This is just, bruh. Anyway, he then goes on to say, this is not to mention that the Avengers game without co-op doesn't deliver on the core fantasy either. Again, Guardians of the Galaxy. Are you gonna have a fucking a game based around a team and it's gonna be single player? That doesn't help that game, and it ain't even out yet. You know what I'm saying? Meaning you automatically hamstring yourself in the ability to focus on your efforts, all your efforts on the type of high fidelity narrative gameplay that other hero games are known for. Bruh. Anyway, all I'm saying is Marvel's Avengers was an impossible feat. Boom. Right there. Coming from the mouth of one of their lead devs himself was an impossible feat. The fact that it exists at all is a treasure. And the fact that each of the heroes actually feel like that hero when you're playing with them, and that we made a killer introduction to Kamala Khan in the process, I guess. Bruh, look. The game is not what it could be, considering that we know that y'all have so much help. There's a pandemic. Man, bruh, I hear you. But 5 fucking studios, man, come on, bruh. Stop the madness. All right. Y'all knew what y'all were getting into when y'all decided that y'all were going to make a multiplayer online live service game. How could y'all not have prepared for this? When you got this man sitting here talking about we, the fans, are complaining about every damn thing that they bring into the game, you damn right we complaining about it, because guess what? We had to pay for this shit. Yeah, the content is free. Man, please, as far as I know, a lot of live service games start off free. Dauntless, Fortnite, Warzone. Come on now. You got the blueprints, but yet y'all still look to make excuses. And then you sit up here and you have these old trash ass motherfuckers like this dude over here sitting up here trying to tell me that it's cool to buy what you want in the game and promote shit products and whatnot. But then he all of a sudden agreeing with me. Bro, you confusing these people out here, Crystal Dynamics. They don't know who to believe. They want to buy the shit because they just want to buy something. But then they will turn around and they want to get mad at somebody for telling them, man, you shouldn't have had to buy that because they were giving that shit away for free in the store. You think that if that system had still been going on, that you wouldn't have been hunting or farming for this kind of gear in the game if you were still able to get it? This kind of cosmetics, if you can go and do a 4-star mission or level 4 mission and get a pattern at the end and then run that pattern and whatever. See, what happened was they contradicted themselves. They said it wasn't going to be no kind of loot boxes or RNG system in the game, but that's what patterns represented. So they had to take them shits out of the game, and their best option was to sell them to you rather than give me a challenge to do with that certain hero to unlock this certain skin. You could have easily went that route. Man, guys, look. I'm not finna take up too much more of your time. I done vented enough. Like I say, motherfucker done sat here and just having this conversation with this motherfucker since this morning. It made me realize that no matter how much we try to pull the shed light on this game, motherfuckers would still rather be draped in darkness and continue to give up hard-earned money to somebody or these devs who don't deserve it. Let me know down in the comments what you think about this shit. These people are silly. Like I say, he's a silly ass defender, Emro, and the dude, whoever we was talking to, he just as silly as well. Go ahead, you gonna pay for some shit that ain't worth paying for, man. Y'all fools, dude. Absolute fools. And that's my damn take on it. Y'all have a good day. Wash your hands, practice social distancing, wear your damn mask, and y'all take it easy. Peace.